Okay,
It's
so an empty cigarette tube.
Right.
Okay, that's a tube.
You know, the paper and the filter. And we sell them the tobacco, and they can either take that home and roll it at home, or if they want, they can rent this machine and roll them here. So they pour the tobacco in the machine, they put the tubes in the machine, they push 3 buttons, and the machine will roll the cigarettes for them.
Wow.
Takes 8 minutes to do about 200.
Before we get to how the state came in and stopped this business, how long have you been open here?
Here, this store we opened the 1st of October
Okay.
2011.
When did the state come in and tell you?
February 20th, they came in and taped up the machines. You can see they unplugged them, put the evidence tape on them,
Ah, yes.
and explained there would be fines if you took the tape off and used them.
Right, and they explained it to me, the fire marshal's attorney, as they're very concerned about people smoking roll-your-owns at home and starting their house on fire because of the paper lacks some sort of scientific certification that it is not self-extinguishing. And this guy I talked to in Virginia about this yesterday, who's helping the coalition, I think, says you guys can't buy that kind of paper. Is that correct?
Correct. There's some question as to whether they could legally come in and tape up the machines. You know, there was no court order, there was, you know, they just, you know, my big question was when we applied for the license and the Department of Revenue gave us our license to open the store in October, there was no problem. And when the Department of Revenue came and inspected the store, it was either around the end of October or the first part of November, there was no problem. Then they sold us the license to open the store at Castle, which we opened January 11th, and there was no problem. Then all of a sudden, there's a big problem. February 24th, when we got the letter from the fire marshal, and they, in less than 30 days, came out and disabled the machines.
Did
You
the
just
state
couldn't-
say they didn't understand that you had these particular machines? Were they concerned about the quantity that you were cranking out? If you did it by hand, do you think
They say that's okay,
the hand one is okay?
but that one's not okay.
Aha.
Like even in the letter, I don't think I got a copy of it right here, but there's other requirements to that fire safety compliance or certification that it says we're cigarette manufacturers, and as cigarette manufacturers we have to be fire safety compliant or have the fire safety certification, and each of our brands have to be certified. But we don't sell brands. We don't even sell cigarettes. We sell tobacco in tubes. Customers make their own. And they say because they make them on this machine that yes, we are manufacturers.
The distinction here is that this type of machinery is not allowed, but you could buy a truckload of this tobacco and go roll hundreds and hundreds of cigarettes a day,
Right?
and they're allowing that, in fact.
As
They're
far
allowing people to roll hundreds of cigarettes in this store, but just not with these machines.
well, we don't have hundreds rolling cigarettes
I know,
in the
but
store.
conceivably you could.
Correct.
That's being allowed. I find that